Hi, it's Cindy with Body Fit Physical Therapy, here again with Is It a Toy or Is It a Tool? And today I am reviewing the gadgets and gizmos again that you buy to relieve aches and pains, maybe some headaches, all the things that you find on the internet that you think will relieve all of your issues. So here is the CranioCradle. So this guy here is foam device, kind of squishy, and it's called the CranioCradle. And what we're going to do with that is we come over to my model here, and I'm going to have him lift his head. You want to place this right at the base of where the base of the skull lines up with where the neck begins, so where the base of the skull kind of drops off. I'm going to place that thicker side of the cradle there. So with that, it's going to push up on the soft tissue of some of the musculature that comes into the base of the head. It creates a slight stretch, so you'll get some relaxation. This would be good for somebody who has maybe headaches or neck pain because it does depress those muscles and creates a little stretch response. Apparently he's a little sensitive there. So let me ask Colby, how does that feel? Does it feel good where it's pressing? We'll get your feedback.
It feels good.
Feels good, right? Yeah. So sometimes this does help a lot with headaches. We do this in therapy with our hands by using our fingertips to drive some force into that area. So this is a way that patients can do this to themselves without having to come in for the manual treatment that a therapist would give them. So this is an option sometimes that I give my patients for them to take home with them. But this is a device that you would purchase, the CranioCradle, to do this. Instead, what you could do, and I'll leave Colby here, is you could just take a couple tennis balls or lacrosse balls and put that in a sock. And if you line them up together, you'll create that same pressure, you'll create that same force from what the CranioCradle had. So we create like a peanut shape, and we're going to put that there instead and kind of line that up. And sometimes I have the patients line this up themselves, that way they can feel like where that base of the head ends up. So how does that feel compared to the CranioCradle?
It feels different, but it feels good.
You could make that work too. Yeah. Usually I have them put like a book or something underneath so they have some pressure to push up on that, the ball, so it doesn't squish into something like a bed or table like this where it has some foam. So these are two different options. This is obviously something that you buy and you can purchase, the CranioCradle. I think it is a tool. I think something that you could use potentially. It does have other purposes. You can place that more in the mid-back area. Lift up a little bit. So you can put it like through there, and then you'll get more of a stretch into the upper thoracic or the upper part of the upper back there. So how does that feel?
That feels good.
Okay, so some of these things, again, you can recreate that with this, or you can buy the CranioCradle. There's other devices. Again, there's peanut balls where the balls are kind of stuck together. I'll probably review that again soon, but this is another option for soft tissue release, some mobilization of the base of the head, the muscles of it enters into the base of the head and the upper back. So I would say it is a good tool.